Welcome to my craft room. Hey, I got a fun Thanksgiving Day card. Of course, it says get your fat pants ready. And then you get this huge payoff with this really big pop-up. And it says gobble till you wobble, of course, with a happy Thanksgiving. And the most important part, pie. So go down in my description, click on the Cricut link there. That will put the base of this card onto your Cricut canvas and you'll be ready to go. So let's go make it. Okay, guys, here we are on the canvas. If you do not have this on your canvas, go into the description of this video and click on the Cricut link there, and Cricut will put this base onto your canvas. So first, let's go ahead and do some colors. Okay, here's your envelope. It can be cut out from a regular size sheet of copy paper if you'd like. Now, all of these grays are all going to be the same color. If something has a score mark or a pen mark on it, you cannot change the color in edit. You must go to layers. Pick only the piece of paper. You're going to go to edit. You're going to hit this. And for maroon, let's pick this dark red. Okay. So we can do everything. This one, same thing. And this one. There we go. And all of these are going to be a light cream brown. Okay, let me show you a quick, easy way to do that. We're going to click all of them. Since they don't have a pen or a score mark on them, we can go to edit. Let's go to basic cut. I'm going to pick this dark green, but this dark brown, but I'm going to move it way up here. Do you see how I did that? There we go, just like that. So these little cards are your pop-up panels. And one of these is your cover. And this is your mechanics for your pop-up. And these are the two that go inside. So let's get some images now. Here in just a minute, I'm going to give you a whole list of the images that you need. But if you have never looked up images with Cricut, everything starts with #M. And the turkey is 37AB3. Search. And there he is. So we're going to click on him. He's going to put it down here by add. Here's your whole list. Get all of those images put on your canvas, and then we can go from there. I'm going to fast forward through this. Go ahead and get all these images, and I'll meet you over at the canvas. Okay, now let's get everything all spread out so we can kind of see what we're doing. Here's our pies. We're going to put all the pies over there together. Okay, grab one of these squares right here. We're going to work on our cover. Now, the turkey is 3.2 inches wide. 3.2. There we go. He goes on here. We are going to do his colors because this is going to be the basis for all of our colors. I am all about cutting the least amount of mats. So first, all of these little pinkish red ones are going to be our dark red that we've already been using. Okay, and this guy. Okay, and then we will keep these this dark yellow. And then you've got these. I like that dark brown. Okay. And, okay, these both should be the same, and they are. And then this one is a medium. Then his wings. His wings are 2.25 wide. And they're going to be the dark brown. I'm going to do this really dark brown. We're going to have to check on sync and make sure these are all the right ones. But he needs wings so he can carry his sign. We will do the sign last since we've got to do text boxes and all that good stuff. Okay, these 3 pies are all going to be 1.5 inches wide. So let's go ahead and do that. 1.5. And then I will zoom in and we'll do our colors here real quick. Okay, and 1.5. There we go. Okay, here we are. So the top one, we're going to go to layers. Okay, should be in gray. This top is going to be the bright orange. The bottom is going to be the medium brown. Okay, let's pick this guy. He's kind of reddish. He's the same as your turkey body. So he's done. And then I kind of made this a cherry pie because there's a little cherry on the top. So this and the cherry I made into the dark red. Got to get it good and highlighted there. There we go. And we're going to do the dark red. Same with the cherry. And I made this one, that different color of brown that we're going to use on the sign. Let's pick this one. That'll work. And then your pan can be your medium brown. Okay, on this one, let's find it. The blue part is the dark red, the maroon. And your pan part is the bright yellow. I guess it's this one. Again, we're going to check everything. Okay, all 3 of your pies are done. And they are going to go down here. Let's go ahead and do your Happy Thanksgiving. We need a background for this. So we need to do an offset. So you're going to go into Edit and you're going to hit Offset. There we go. That is way too big. I want to bring that in. I am going to bring it in all the way until it starts giving me spaces inside the letters. Okay, just like that. Let's see, how much farther can we go? Now, you see those openings by the hearts? We don't want those. So let's pull it back. You can also click on these numbers. I have it at 0.23, so let's do 2.5 and try it. Nope, a little bit more. 6. Okay, mine is at 2.7. But the way that this works is you don't know if that, I don't know if that's going to be your number or not because they're different every single time. Okay, now I'm going to show you something here. I am going to slice this out. Instead of you having to glue down your individual letters, which you will have to do on this, I want to show you something that's going to help. First, we're going to duplicate this. One of these is going to be our maroon. Where's our maroon? There it is. And the other one is going to be kind of that darker, grayer tint. So let's pick this one. Okay. Now, this will be the cover. Okay. And this will be the background. And what I want to do is I'm going to slice these words out first. I need to bring them to the front. There we go. Let's get them all lined up. Okay, if you will see these purple lines, when you get it in the middle, there we go, and then up right there. When you get those crossed purple lines, you know you've got it. Okay, once you have it in the middle, you're going to drag your finger or your mouse, hit both of those, and then you're going to hit slice. Okay, and now comes the magic. And now we put that on here, and look at that. You don't have to do the individual letters. Well, the only downside of this is you've got to glue in. Do you see how the A and the P have middles that aren't connected to anything? When you peel this off, those are going to be left on your mat. So you're going to have to go back and glue them in. Okay, and now you've got that done. Let's do the size. It is going to be 3 inches wide. There we go. And that goes up here on the top. Just like that. There you go. Now, this guy, let's see, he is 2 inches. And then his, let's go ahead and do it, the crusts, that same color as we did the background for the Happy Thanksgiving. Okay, the bottom one is going to be this one. Okay, and the middle, I did it in that same maroon. I wanted to tie it in, but I also kind of thought it looked like a cherry pie because it was that color. There we go. Okay, your third panel is done. Now, this one we need to ungroup first. And you know what, guys? I probably messed mine up. And this is a totally your decision. I kind of liked it better with the pumpkin with the gobble and the turkey with the wobble. So I switched mine around. But if you like yours the other way, that's totally your choice. And this doesn't matter because you're going to be gluing these on individually. I just need to do it for the sizes. Your gobble. Where are we? Oh, the gobble is 2.5 inches wide. 2.5. So, and your wobble, because it's going to be a little bit bigger, is 2.25. There we go. I'm going to move these guys just a little bit here. You're going to widen these out when you're gluing them on. So don't worry about the sizes right this minute. And then these two are going to be 2.5 also. Okay, these are going to be the maroon. There we go. And this is going to be our bright orange. And this is going to be, that's good. Again, this guy goes right here. So basically all we have is our sign left. But before we do all that, I want to go through and double check our colors. So let's go to sync first. You see where all these dark browns are not the same. So if you want to change this, you just hold down the 3 lines and you just drag them up into where you want them. Just like that. Then here's our dark red. These are going to be this is going to be, no, they're the same. They're all going to be the dark orange. So I was wrong. Okay, and then let's pull the bottom of this pie down. Let's pull his beak up. These are all going to be the orange. They're actually kind of a dark orangey yellow. And then it really doesn't matter what color that we choose as long as it's different from our background color. Otherwise, pie crust for this is just going to blend in. And you don't want that. So mine is just a little bit darker than the cream I used for the background. But again, personal choice. So we've got all that fixed. So we've got the dark brown, the maroon, the medium brown, the light brown, the cream, the dark yellow, and your envelope. So the only thing we have left is our sign. So let's get out of sync. First, you're going to go to shapes. You need a square. Okay, and we actually need 2 of them. So we're going to hit duplicate. We'll set this one over here. This is going to be your actual sign. Okay, and we are going to have to change the height and the width. So I want you to unlock that button in between the two, and the width is going to be 1.25. There we go. And the height is going to be 1.5. 1.5. There we go. I'm going to make this bigger. We are going to make it into the darker brown, the darker in between, even though that's way dark and it's not going to be that dark. But we need to fix it. Okay, let's go ahead and make our pole. We're going to keep that button in between. But we need the post for our sign to stand on. So the width is going to be 0.15. And the height is going to be 2.5. There we go. The color is going to be our maroon. And I'm going to relock that button because I will forget to do it later. Okay, here is the post for your sign. I'm going to go ahead and put it right here. And now let's work on our sign. Okay, first we need some text boxes. So you're going to hit text down here. And we are going to type in capital G-E-T, capital Y-O-R. There's one layer. Another text box. Then capital fat, capital pants. And then another text box that's going to say, sorry about that. I messed up there. Capital ready. Exclamation. There we go. Why are we having to do these in 3 different parts? Well, not only are they going to be different colors, they're going to be different sizes because of the Y in ready. All of these are going to be in the alien. So if you go, we've got this clicked. You go down here. It's on edit. You see where it says Cricut Sans. You're going to click on that. Search for alien. And there it is. And there you go. Same with this one. And once you have it picked, it should come right up. So we're going to do all 3 of those. We're going to change the font. There we go. These 2 are going to be dark brown. Okay, so we're going to go to edit. If you go right here, down here to basic cut, you see the little circle. And they're going to be the dark brown. Same with the ready. The dark brown. And this depends on what color of pens that you have. I used gel pens, Cricut gel pens. But, you know, you can use whatever you'd like. Okay, it's hard to see that that's red, but it is. Okay, so first, let's go ahead and do your middle. Your fat pants are going to be 0.33 high. So we're going to go to edit. Make sure your lock is button. And then over here on height, you're going to do 0.33. And there we go. Right there in the middle. Okay, the ready is going to be 0.43 high. Okay, because the Y goes down farther, we're going to get this all set in here in just a minute. And then this one is 0.31 high. I usually try to make these even measurements, but when you're working with this small of an area, you don't have a choice. Okay, now when you move these around, you will see the purple lines. This tells you it's right in the middle. And it moved. Did you see that? When I let it go. There we go. Let's get this guy right in the middle. Let's move him up just a little bit. And then this one, we can actually put him in the middle. Right? Oh, almost. Right there. There you go. Okay, now that we've got all of your words in the right spot, we're going to take away the background because these are still getting cut instead of writing with a pen. So let's pick this one. We're going to go to Edit. And you see down here where it says Basic Cut, you're going to click that. We are going to change this to Pen Draw. And I picked this moccasin. It's the dark brown. There we go. And we are going to do the same here. We're going to change it to pen and moccasin. It doesn't matter as long as you're telling your pens to do the same color. Okay, and now the red pen, and I think I used this brick. Okay, then I'm going to put my sign back, make sure I have my spacing right, and that's right. And then I'm going to take my finger or my mouse, I'm going to drag it across all of them, grab all of them, and hit attach. That tells Cricut to put that ink on that piece of paper. Look at that. You're ready. Okay, go cut all these out. And while I'm talking here, I'm going to double check our sync. Yep. And do me a favor real quick. Go ahead and get, not the wings, just your turkey guy. Get him glued up. Get all of your pies, all 4 of your pies glued up. And your Happy Thanksgiving sign. The rest of it we'll do together on the canvas. Okay? I'll see you over there. Okay, here we are on the craft table. Thank you guys so much for going ahead and gluing some of this stuff together. It's going to make it a lot faster. And as you can see, I put everything on paper plates to organize my stuff. I use art glitter glue. It's really good paper to paper glue. It dries fast. It dries clear. I buy the refill and the little thing and this little tip up here. And that is linked in my description. And also the envelope for this can be cut out of a regular piece of copy paper. This is going to be fun. Okay, first let's do our cover. Here is our main card, and I'm going to go ahead and fold it in half, just so I've got it ready, just like that. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and build our cover. It's going to go on here, just like that, okay? So first, we need our super cute turkey guy, and our sign. And while we're here, let's go ahead and put our stick on our sign. I didn't have you do that. I want you to put it pretty far down because we will probably end up trimming the length, but I want to make sure that we have plenty. So I've got about a 1/2 inch on the sign. Okay. Now, mine, I put him a little to the left. Let's see if he will work in the middle. It all depends on our sign here. So let's pull him up just a little bit. And then, there, just like that. I don't want to mess mine up because I'm trying to show you guys. So I'm just going to throw a piece of glue there. I'm going to scooch him over. He is going to fit in the middle. And now I'm going to sneak some glue up under here so I keep him in the right spot. And now I'm just going to throw some glue up under my turkey because I wanted to make sure that I had him right in the right spot. And also on his feet, of course, you can pick yours up and glue it normal. Totally up to you. Okay, there you go. We've got our sign in our spot. Now, these are going to be his arms. He's got to have something to hold on to his sign with. And this one, like that. You see that? Okay. So, let's get our glue on here. And then, and I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the back of our post. There we go. Since we've got it where we want it. And let's get our arms in. He's got to be able to hold it, right? So I'm going to put this one here. And this one here. Just so I am covering up the bottom of his sign. There, you see? So there's your cover. Look at that. You're already done. And that is punny. My son, if you have been watching any of my videos, you know that I have a special needs adult son. And all of a sudden, he's 26, and all of a sudden he has decided that puns are the funniest thing he's ever heard. That's fine. Okay, now we're going to do the inside, right? And your inside pieces are going to go 1/4 inch all the way around and line up with your score. Okay, do you see that? Okay, so I haven't decided whether he understands puns or not, or he just thinks the wordplay is funny. With him, you're never quite sure. But right now, he's all into puns. Oh, and knock-knock jokes. So his favorite one, while we're doing, I might as well tell you, is knock knock, who's there? Hatch. Hatch who? Gesundheit. And he just dies laughing. It is the funniest thing you've ever seen. He is so funny. Okay, we are not going to worry that we have a bigger gap in the middle here because our pop-up's going to cover that. Okay. So there you go. There's your inside. And we are going to wait. Oh, and how did you like the little thing I showed you on this? Isn't that great? We are going to wait to put these on last after we put our pop-up in, just in case. Let's set this aside to dry for just a second. And let's get our pop-up fixed. Okay, you should have a long piece of paper with 3 up and down score lines. Okay, so your middle one, we're going to go down or up. I guess everybody uses mountain and valley folds. So this is a mountain fold, and these both on either side are going to be valley folds. Okay, and this one. There we go, just like that. And then we need to make our panels. We should have 4 of these small squares. Okay. One is going to be our pie. And boy, does that look like a yummy pie, doesn't it? Because who doesn't like pie? Pie is my favorite. So, and you know, pie is not your everyday thing. So I'm going to put mine at just a little tiny bit of an angle. It doesn't matter. However you like your pie. A la mode, straight up and down, doesn't matter. There you go. You've already got one done. Then this tilde will be really easy for us because since they're all in one words. Okay? Like this. They need to all fit on this one card. And of course, I'm not sure if I mentioned this on the canvas or not because I do the canvas after we do this part. Because if I run into trouble and I need to change something, then I will run into it right here and be able to change it on the canvas before you ever get there. So I was thinking of putting some more food kind of scattered around, and then it got too busy. So it depends on what your personal aesthetic is. I kind of like, my finger got caught on it. There we go. Okay, first one, gobble. Okay, let me show you here. We are going to start, and we're going to lay these out because if we don't, we might not get them on here right. This is why I didn't really have you guys do these, because they're a little tricky, to tell you the truth. Okay, now your last letter, your E, is going to end right here. And your first letter is going to start right there. So I am going to hold this down. I'm going to pull all of our middle letters out. And let's get our G and our E in. They're going to be very, very close. And they're going to go this way. Okay. So, and again, doesn't have to be perfect. It's a handmade card. The imperfections are part of its charm. Okay, you want to make sure that you still have this kind of angled it the right way. There we go. Just like that. And then let's put this guy down. If I can get a hold of him. There he goes. So it's a lot easier for us to do it first and last letter for this one. Okay. Now I'm going to go and do the L. Because you know what? If you run out of room, and I'm going to show you, if you make a mistake, it's not a big deal. If you run out of room, that's also not a big deal. Because you know what? You can always overlap your two B's, right? So see, look, you've still got plenty of room. So let's get our two B's in, and that one's done. And then all we've got is our wobble. And we're going to pretty much do the same thing. Anyway, Noah has, my special needs son has not seen this. Our older son just bought a house and moved out. So Noah wasn't happy about that. He came back to help us during COVID with Noah and everything. We had to really work hard to keep him safe. So there's your gobble. Now, look, you've got 3 of them done. You only got 1 left. And the rest of it's going to go super fast because you guys glued a bunch of this stuff early for me. Okay, now we are going to basically do the same thing. We are going to start our W down here and our E in the same spot. And our E and our L. Our E here. There we go. I'm going to do the E first because it's kind of easier to get in each spot. And then I'm going to turn the W. That looks good right there. So, anyway, he came home. He is the manager of an escape room. And he came back to live with us. He lived down in the big city that we are suburbs to. Came back, let go of his apartment, came back to stay with us and to help us with his brother. Help keep him, safe. Because with special needs adults, they're going to catch it just like any other adult. So it's not like having a kid with it. So anyway, so that worked and he's back. Okay, there you go. Let's get our turkey in. So anyway, he came home to help us with the little guy. And, well, he's not that little, but the little brother. But he just bought his first house. So the little brother got to go spend the night. 2 nights in a row. A big, big sleepover. And since the little guy hasn't got to go anywhere in who knows how long, so they had this sleepover and the little brother was so excited. Okay, there's your wobble. Now we get to glue them on. Okay, so here's our piece that we just folded. This guy goes here. So so my older son no longer lives here. my younger son is at work. He tears the tickets at our local very small chain movie theater. And he's famous there. That's what he tells us. He says, people come in and they tell me, hi, Noah, all the time. So you know what? I said, what? Well, that means I'm famous. I didn't have the heart to tell him, well, you wear a name tag. And that's why all these people know. So we're just going to let him stay famous. Here's your wobble. It's going to go all the way to the right. And careful about getting your corners. I am bad about that. And then I have to go back because they end up sticking up. Okay, and these are all, as you can probably tell, about 1/8 of an inch all the way around. There you go. And then our Tillu, and you know what? I just realized that I didn't dot my I. This is the pen I used. I'm going to see. There we go. It doesn't match it exactly, but hey, it's fun. Now watch, since that's a gel pen, it's going to take a minute for it to dry. And as I'm patting this down, I'm going to run my hand right through it. No, I'm not. So I am going to be very careful. Okay, look at that. You got your whole pop-up done. Okay, so we're going to set that aside. And now let's get our mechanics in there. This card, it's the one with the X score lines. This is going to be your mechanics for your pop-up. Okay, so first we're going to fold on, on our X scores. So it's easier for me to do it with my fingernails. So I'm going to stick my fingernails in here to get it started. Okay, and then you're just going to fold straight down like that. Okay, I got glue all on my fingers. Okay, and then when you get back, you're going to do it backwards. Okay, and now we're going to do the other side of the X. Let's get it started. There we go. And backwards. And now you've got a score that goes all across here. You're going to go towards you. Okay, just take it easy. We're not in a hurry. Okay, now, once you got all your folds done, you're going to take your finger, you're going to put it right here in the middle of your X, and then you're going to push up. There, just like that. And what we're going to do now is we're going to squeeze this and turn it, and it's going to turn into a house shape. So you just keep squeezing your fingers all the way till you get right here. And there you go. Now, I have a bone folder, but you can use, say, handles of your scissors. I am just going to double make sure that these are good. So the pop-up will sit in there pretty snugly. And none of this is going to show. Just like that. There we go. Okay, now you need your card base back. And let me show you what we're going to do. This is going to glue in right here, right into your fold, just like that. Okay? So, and you want to make sure that this and this are the same distance. As good as you can. It doesn't have to be perfect. Again, nothing's going to be perfect. So first, let's glue the bottom part in. You're only going to put glue on the triangle part. Okay? Make sure you get way over here. Now, this is what your pop-up is going to rest on and work with. This is going to make it fold down into the card. So we're going to want to put, a good amount of glue on here because this is what your whole card is going to hinge on. There we go. Now, you turn it over. I'm going to lift this up. I can't see, guys, so I am going to have to pick mine up just to get my horizontal, right? Okay, so you see how that's even, but it's too far up. So I'm going to pull it back some, and I want to put it right up there where I can fold it. Okay, now, you see this extra glue that's been left? I always tell everybody, leave your cards open. and let them dry overnight, a few hours. It doesn't really matter. I mean, it does matter. Just leave them open because you do not want it gluing into itself or onto the inside of your envelope when it gets in there. So now we're going to do the other triangle. Okay. I'm going to get the edges really good and then fill in the rest. There we go. And then all you got to do is close your card. Just like that. I'm going to put a little bit of pressure. And there you go. There are your mechanics. And as you can see, you see all this spare glue? This is what I'm talking about. Okay? And there you go. Now, this card is not made to go back flat. But we're going to make it go as flat as we possibly can. Just be careful because your glue is still wet. Okay, take this and fold it in half. Because this and this are the same size. Now, if you get it a little off and you've got some of this showing, not a big deal. We'll trim it off, okay? But first, you're going to get this laid down. We want it right in the middle of this X. Okay, do you see how I have it even down here? And I have it right in the middle of the X. So I'm going to hold down, get up under it, hold down over here on the gobble, and open it all the way back. Now, make sure that my mechanics is behind it. We're still in the middle. You're going to fold this back, and we are going to glue in this square above the score line. Okay, that's all we're going to glue right here. There you go. Now, you're just going to open and smush it down. There we go. Now, I'm going to turn this so I can see. You're going to do the exact same thing on this side. You're going to fold back your gobble. But we're going to do it on the bottom square. Do you see that? We did it up here on this square. Now we're going to do it down here on this square. Okay. Normally, I would do this from above, but you are above. My camera is set up above, so that makes it hard. Okay, and now you're just going to open it back up. Just like that. Now, do you see where my mechanics is showing up right here? Let's see if you can see that. Do you see that? If you have that also, don't worry about it. We're going to fix it. Okay? So, while we're letting that dry a little bit, I am going to trim this off. It is not glued in the back. So, where your X score lines are here, where your X ends, that's where your cut can end. Okay? So, I'm going to keep on cutting until it is not showing anymore. And there we go. Just like that. Now, remember, this is going to bend like this. And these are going to bend like this. So what you're going to need to do is work with it. Okay? But make sure that your glue is, good and dry. And then you are going to go slowly, 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 slowly. And it's going to turn and fall into your card. Look at that. Isn't that cool? How cool is that? Now, I'm going to just kind of smush it. And then let's open it back up. But I've got some wet glue and I can feel it. But what we're going to need to do right now before we put anything else on here, we're going to work this paper so it knows what it's supposed to do every single time you close it. So about, 5 or 6 times, let's open it and close it. You see how that, there. You got to get your paper trained to what it's going to do. There. See how much easier it's getting for me? Now I'm going to go this way. See? Now, look at that. See much easier it's folding now? Okay, so let's put our Happy Thanksgiving on here. This one, man, I'm putting it up really close to the top. Probably 1/16 of an inch, maybe. And we're going to do the same thing for our pies. Of course, there's a couple different ways you can do it. If you want to do it like this, you can. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so let's do this one. But I am going to make sure I get the little handles on there. So they're not going to be at too much of an angle. And I'm going to put the middle one on last. Why? Because, and I want this one going this way. Because I want the cherry and stuff on the top to show. So I am going to go this way with this one. Just like that. And I'm going to pull it over so it stays on the cream color. And this will be our last one. And then this one, I'm going to pull off of the cream. There. Just like that. Look at that. You've got the whole inside of your card done. Look what a great job you're doing. And no problem with it opening and closing. There you go. And now all we have to do is put our cover on. And since we already finished it, we're good. The only different thing that I'm going to do that I want to show you, I'm not big on his eyes. I kind of want them. Okay, this is a 0.3 marker. Okay, I actually want these eyes black. I just don't like them. They don't show up good when they're this brown because the browns are too close. So I just took my pen and, and just colored them in. It's not a big deal. Look at that. That made it easy, didn't it? Okay, so, and please, leave your card open and let it dry. Because I have made that mistake before. Okay, here we go. Let's glue our front on. Now, this should be a 1/4 inch all the way around. There we go. Let me get mine straight. Let me make sure. Yeah. Now, look at that. Look how cute that is. And you need to make sure that your sign isn't overflowing, and mine is a little sliver. And I am just going to, it's not going to matter, but it probably end up getting bent in the envelope. So I'm going to, oh, just that little tiny, tiny bit. See that? There you go. And look what you made. You did a fantastic job. Look at this. Get your fat pants ready. And who doesn't like pie? Look at that. You did it. I am so proud of you.